Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video talking about my Canadian dividend investing portfolio. So what I do is every week or so I'm adding in a little bit more money, a couple $100 usually, and I'm just documenting my journey as a Canadian dividend investor. And I'm using Wealthsimple Trade to make the purchases, and I'm tracking all of it with this custom Google Sheet that I made. If you want to try the Google Sheet, there's a link in the description below as well. There is a link for Wealthsimple Trade, but basically today we're looking at a stock value of about $14,360 in my account, and we're up about 10.5% or a total of $1,374, which is amazing. About 100 of that only has come from the dividends themselves, and the rest has come from the appreciation in the stock price. And what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to be selling a position that's high, and then I'm going to be reinvesting. I'm going to add in a little bit of money, and then I'm going to reinvest everything into a bunch of REITs, which still have pretty low values, and I think they still have a long way to go. And I can really capitalize on some of those gains because obviously those are pretty good right now still, and there's a few opportunities that are left. So the first thing I want to do right now is I'm just going to switch into Wealthsimple Trade, and I'm going to test the instant deposit on desktop. I've been using it on mobile before, and I just want to make sure that it actually works. So right now I have $16 in the account, but I want to add funds, and so I want to add in, I'm going to put in 250 because that's the limit for instant deposit, and that's usually the amount that I'm depositing anyways. So let's just go ahead and continue and see if this actually works as an instant transaction on desktop as well. 30 seconds, that's cool, I can work with that. Okay, cool, nice, we have 250 available to trade and the balance is up. Awesome. So let's just go back into the Google Sheet then. I just wanted to do that now just to make sure that it actually was instant. Otherwise I'd probably just stop the video, but looks like we're good to go. So looking at the portfolio then, I have the portfolio right now organized by the highest gains by percent at the top. And so we can see right now that Manulife is at the top, followed by Bank of Nova Scotia, REI.UN, Alpine, etc. Some big gains in here. And then down at the bottom, the red ones, yeah, I just started Power and Pizza in the last video, my positions there, but that's fine. I was expecting those to drop at some point, and I will probably buy those. I'll probably make another deposit into those or purchase once it drops at like 5% or something, but I'll just chill until then and not worry about it. And then obviously Boralex and Energex, these are my troublemakers all the time. They're just going crazy. But what I want to do today is I'm looking at Aecon. So if we come here and take a look at this in the spark line. So first of all, I'm up 37%. When we look at here, this is the 5-year trend. We're basically at almost the 5-year peak. It just bounced up here one time before, but otherwise it's pretty much limited right here. And we have had great recovery since the pandemic. I bought in somewhere around here, and yeah, that's why I'm up 30%, 37%. And what I want to do actually, because they're super high right now, I was thinking about this just recently that I should sell, because I don't think this is just going to keep running up and up and up and like past all of these other peaks. This is my very unscientific analysis, so also remember that I am not a financial advisor and I'm just a guy, a beginner, making my own decisions. So don't take anything that I'm doing as financial advice at all. But I've decided I'm going to sell these guys, and I'm going to take my $56 and I'm just going to lock in that gain. And then later, probably in a few months or a few years or something, when it drops down a little bit, if it drops down, then I'll probably restart my position in them again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to reinvest this in, like I said, in REITs that all have some pretty good recovery going on right now. So when we look here at REI.UN, this is one of the ones that I wanted. REI.UN is starting the climb back up. I think it's also going to take quite a long time, but I just want to drop in more money. They already are up 38% for me because I also bought them down here, but that's okay. I expect them to go back up one day, hopefully, and so that's something that I'm going to jump in on. Also, I'm looking at HR.UN. These guys are also getting some pretty good recovery right now. I'm going to jump in on those today as well, and also Smart Centers. So when we look here, if I can find it, SmartCenters.UN. Again, these guys are starting the big climb up again, and I'm going to jump that too. And then the other REIT that I was looking at was Granite.UN. These guys are not having this exact same tendency, but they're a little bit in the red for me today, so I'm just going to jump on that as well. So yeah, let's actually move into Wealthsimple Trade again and get started with selling ARE. This is Aecon. So I have, when we check here, I have 11 shares. They're just dropping today. I thought about it this morning. I actually thought about it yesterday too, and they were up They were actually up here yesterday, so I'm annoyed that I make this video now, but that's fine. It's still fine. I'm still cashing out, 37%, which is pretty nice. So we're going to go with a sell, and then drop in for all 11 shares. And I'm just going to take a market sell. Whatever this comes out to be, that's fine with me. If it's within 1% or something, again, like I'm taking a pretty big win on this. So we're going to go with a market sell for 11. Don't need to see that message anymore. I'm going to place the order. And then I want this to kind of go as quick as possible because I want to use this money to buy some other stuff in this video. Okay, so that's gone. Now, what I want to do is I want to put in around 100 into each of the REITs. So for REI.UN, that means at 1928, we're looking at about 6. Yeah, something like that, 115. I think that will be fine. We can see today what's going on. They've been dropping a little bit lately, but like overall, again, we're getting that recovery. So we're going to take 6 of REI.UN. Let's just double check that was a market buy. Yep, so take 6 at a market buy. Cool. The next one that I wanted to pick up was Smart Centers, SRU.UN. And with these guys, also want to put in about 100 as well, and they're sitting at 26, so that's going to be about 4 shares for about 107. Yeah, so we'll buy that on a market buy as well and place the order. Great. The next one that I wanted to pick up was HR.UN. And with these guys, I also want to put in 100. They're sitting at 14, so this is going to be around 7 shares. So we can just do that, place the order, market buy, cool. And then also one in Granite, GRT.UN. These guys are super expensive, but that's okay. I'm just going to pick up one. And I have 150 left, so I think I'll just take the 1 for now. And we'll just place that, yeah, on a market buy. Right on. Okay, so we have about almost $80 left in the account. And I think what I want to do with this is I just wanted to put the rest that I have into Algonquin Power. So they are REI.UN. This is a utility company. They're in this dip that we're experiencing right now, which has pushed them below my average price. You can see they have very strong growth in the last couple of years. And yeah, I'm just going to take this opportunity. This is my biggest position, actually. They're making up almost 9% of my portfolio. So I do eventually want to stop spending money on these guys. But once they break back into the green for me, then I'm going to stop and I'll move on to other things. But this is probably one of the last chances that I'm seeing in the future, or in the near future, that I'll be buying. So I'm just going to put the last little bit. So it looks like I'll be able to get, I think, 3. So I'll put $60 into here, and that should be it. Okay, so that's it. I think I'll just leave the remaining cash in the account until next time. So let's jump back into Google Sheets. And then I just want to go and log each of these transactions in the transaction page. For the market sell of ACON, so we have TSE, it's ARE. Today is March 25th, 2021. I sold 11 shares, and just before I get started, I always check the average price at time of sale. So in the portfolio tab, just come in here, and for ACON, right now the average price is $13.96. So I just log this here, $13.96, and this actually gets calculated in for basically all of the calculations to make sure that my portfolio removes the shares basically when it's doing the summing. But basically there was 11 shares there in the sell, and I sold at a price of $19.20. Okay, so I'll just fast forward the rest, but basically I just check Wealthsimple Trade as well for all of the actual market prices that I paid when using the market buys. And once that's all in, we can just check in the portfolio to make sure that ACON is basically get down to 0. So what I'm going to do later is I'll just take this out because I don't like to keep these in my portfolio after they're gone. And I'm going to forget about it for a while. I might move it into the watch list tab. Which, by the way, is over here, is where I just keep track of some other stocks that are not currently in my possession. But basically, yeah, then I'm looking at the portfolio screen as well, or the summary screen. At the beginning of the video, my annual dividend income was around $561 per year, and now it's up to $577 based on the trades that I made in this video. So the average yield actually went up. And that was just because I bought some high yield REITs, and when I sold ACON, its yield was lower. I can't remember what it was. Maybe we can see it here. Yeah, the yield was 3.66, and when we look at some of the ones that I bought,
Like REI.UN is 4.97, H&R is 4.86, and generally they're all just higher than what my average was. So yeah, guys, I think that ends this video. If you would like to use the spreadsheet, there's a link in the description below. And also, if you enjoyed the video, if you like watching these, just leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and if there's anything that you'd like to see, also just leave a comment and let me know. And I'd be happy to make a video talking about something. So yeah, guys, take it easy. Have a great weekend, Friday, whatever, and I'll see you in the next one.